Preface A of A Serious Call to a Devout and Holy Life. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Robert Hoffman. A Serious Call to a Devout and Holy Life by William Law. Preface A. Some account of the Reverend William Law. The Reverend William Law of King's Cliffe, in Northamptonshire, was born in the year 1686, being the second son of Mr. Thomas Law, grocer. It is very probable that he received the rudiments of his education at Oakham, in Uppingham, in Rutlandshire. On the 7th of June, 1705, he became a student in Emmanuel College, Cambridge. In the year 1708 he commenced Bachelor of Arts. In 1711 was elected Fellow of the college of which he was a member, and in 1712 commenced Master of Arts. Soon after the accession of His Majesty King George I, Mr. Law, being called upon to take the oaths prescribed by Act of Parliament, and to sign the Declaration, refused to do so, in consequence of which he vacated his fellowship in 1716, and from thenceforward was distinguished by the name of a non-juring minister. That he was at one time a curate in London appears from a passage in one of his letters, not yet printed, or from some other good authority. But whether he acted in that capacity while Fellow of Emmanuel, or soon after he vacated his fellowship, cannot now be determined. But it is well known that he soon went to reside at Putney with Mr. Gibbon, as tutor to his son Edward Gibbon, who was father of Edward Gibbon the younger, author of the History of the Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. In the year 1717 Mr. Law engaged in controversy by writing in favor of the authority of the Christian ministry in a national church. In his parish church he joined in the public worship of God. In his parish church, and there only, he joined in celebration of the sacred rite of the Lord's Supper, and in the same ground with those who were united to him by these acts of religion, he lies interred. In the year 1727 Mr. Law founded an almshouse for the reception and maintenance of 2 old women, either unmarried and helpless or widows; also a school for the instruction and clothing of 14 girls. In the year 1755, the lands appropriated to the support of his houses produced yearly £54 sterling. They now produce £69 sterling, a rise inadequate to the increased value of the produce. As Mr. Law's first publications were well received, and as he had been in Mr. Gibbon's family as tutor and chaplain for some years before 1727, he might have had the means of founding the widow's house, and of educating 14 girls, without the assistance of any friend, and perhaps he did so, although it is by many believed that the money so applied was the gift of an unknown benefactor. By Mr. Thomas Law, now living at Cliffe, the grandson of Mr. George Law, who was the eldest brother of William, it is said that while Mr. Law was standing at the door of a shop in London, a person unknown to him asked whether his name was William Law, and whether he was of King's Cliffe; and after having received a satisfactory answer, delivered a sealed paper directed to the Reverend William Law, which contained a bank note for £1,000, and it is believed by Mr. T. Law that by those means the small almshouse at Cliffe was built and endowed. After Mr. Law retired to King's Cliffe, he refused to take payment for the copies of his publications. It is said that his bookseller, Mr. Richardson, once prevailed upon him to accept 100 guineas. At what time after the year 1732 Mr. Law quitted Mr. Gibbon's house at Putney, and went to reside in London, the author of this memoir cannot learn. But he has authority for saying, that, some time before the year 1740, he was instrumental in making Mrs. Hester Gibbon, his pupil's sister, acquainted with Mrs. Elizabeth Hutcheson, widow of Archibald Hutcheson, Esquire of the Middle Temple. Mr. Hutcheson, when near his decease, recommended to his wife a retired life, and told her
Sample complete. Ready to continue?